We talked a bit before about the edge pieces as a necessary ground or something, that cannot be other than it is. And that obviously sort of pivots on the rejection of an infinite regression, that you can't just keep working outwards and putting these puzzle pieces together in that way forever. And I mean, obviously people know from their own experience solving a puzzle, well, A, that's not how puzzles work, and B, that is to work outwards and never to have any edges. And B, if it were, it's hard to see how you would know that you were making progress, for example, or that there was even a picture to be found. But one example I really like to use when showing the problematic nature of an infinite regression is the sniper analogy, and I think this really shows the problem with, oh, well, why can't we just keep going backwards in time and say, well, the thing prior causes the thing that's closer, and so on and so on. Like, what's the problem with that? And part of the problem with that, I think, is exemplified in this analogy. So say you have a sniper, and the sniper has sort of got eyes on an important political target or a military target, he's ready to fire. The thing is, though, he can't make the call himself to take the shot. He's got to ask his superior officer, the person who's immediately above him in the chain of command. He's got to ask for permission. So he radios into his immediate superior, and he's like, okay, I've got eyes on. Can I take the shot? And his superior says, well, just hold on a second, because I've also got to check that I've got permission, because this is an important shot. I've also got to check, and I'll just radio into my superior. And the thing is, his superior also has to check with his superior, and so on, right? And so the general thought is, well, if that goes on forever, does the shot ever get fired? And I think the intuition most people have is, well, no. And the reason that this exposes the problem is the shot getting fired relies on reaching a point where the authority can start to propagate back down the chain, right? And unless there's a stopping point, where it turns around and starts to propagate back down the chain, then the shot never gets fired. And the analogy for that is, well, unless there's something at the bottom which is necessarily existent, that is capable then of propagating existence down a chain of contingencies, the chain going backwards doesn't seem to make sense of the idea of conferring existence onto the more proximate links in the chain, because it doesn't have existence itself. The further back you go, the less existence you have. There's nothing to give existence to any of it, as the idea.